I'm U.S. Attorney Janine Ferris-Pirro, and we are working every day to protect and improve this district. A safer, stronger D.C. is our priority. So here's what we took on this week. Sentences of note. A 44-year-old career criminal with an impressive list of 35 arrests, including assault and possession of illegal firearms, already wanted for indecent exposure, was sentenced to 27 months for, again, illegally possessing a firearm, which he conveniently concealed under his knee brace. And a 30-year-old gun runner was sentenced to 7 years in jail for trafficking more than 200 firearms. Those weapons were brought across state lines into the district from Georgia and North Carolina and were then sold to convicted felons here in D.C. And a 30-year-old man was sentenced to 15 years in prison for the shooting death of 28-year-old Devon Fuller, following a heated argument first at a cell phone store at a local mall and then in another store at the mall, when the altercation apparently stemmed from the way they looked at each other, with the classic "don't look at me" and "what do you think you're looking at?" The defendant, who was with his grandmother at the time, ended up shooting the other individual, 28-year-old Devon Fuller, by firing 5 shots inside an already crowded shopping mall. The incident occurred within a matter of minutes from start to finish. And a 34-year-old man received 19 years in prison for killing a Leonard Taylor. The defendant walked up to the victim, who was just sitting in his car, and what appears to have been, or may have been, an attempted carjacking. He pulls his gun on the driver and fires shot as the victim driver attempts to drive away. The victim was shot in the back, and eventually the car crashed 2 blocks later, where the driver died. A 30-year-old man previously convicted of assault with a dangerous weapon was sentenced to 21 months in prison for illegally possessing a firearm. Now, this career criminal, whose priors included assault with a dangerous weapon, along with several unauthorized uses of other motor vehicles, was captured by running a red light. And as luck would have it, after he ran the red light, he slammed into a police car. A 56-year-old man was sentenced to 3 years in prison for attacking a senior citizen after they had a car accident with each other. The 56-year-old chases the senior citizen victim through traffic and attempts to stab him with a knife while onlookers watch. And a 34-year-old man previously convicted of carrying a pistol without a license and on probation for carrying a pistol without a license and on pretrial release for multiple cases, including a Peeping Tom case, was sentenced to 28 months in prison for possessing, yes, you guessed it, yet another loaded firearm. Now, as it relates to pleas and convictions, a 43-year-old man was convicted of assault on a police officer. The defendant evaded paying his fare at a metro station, and he attacked a Metro Transit police sergeant. When the sergeant asked for his identification and attempted to stop him, the defendant stabs the officer in the cheek and the neck with a sharpened long metal bolt. And the sergeant continues to suffer nerve damage to this day. Interesting charges and arrest. 31-year-old Elias Rodriguez was charged by indictment with murder of a foreign official and first-degree murder while armed, along with hate crime acts to commit murder for fatally shooting Yaron Lashinsky and Sarah Milgram in May, along with 2 counts of assault with intent to kill while armed for assaults on CS and AT. Rodriguez approached the victims as they walked out of the Capitol Jewish Museum. He fired multiple shots using a 9mm semi-automatic handgun that he brought with him across state lines from Chicago, Illinois. He demonstrated his hatred through words like "death to Israel" and "please, please, please, God, please vaporize every Israeli." This case is death penalty eligible. And two men in their 40s were charged by complaint with bank robbery at a Truist bank in the district. The robbers were either trying to be Robin Hood or were simply sloppy robbers because they dropped about $6,700 in cash as they ran out of the bank, which cash was recovered by the arresting officers. And this week, it was my honor to join National Night Out, an annual community building campaign that promotes police and community partnership that leads to a safer D.C. And in other news, my office, alongside the Justice Department's Civil Rights Division, ended a 44-year-old court-imposed and consent decree eliminating DEI and allowing agencies to hire, guess what, on merit. Simple competence and merit are the standards by which we should all be judged. Nothing more and nothing less. See you next time.